La 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 la. La 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 la. She really hates him, it's really true.
Today's episode is brought to you by the Tropical Smoothie Cafe, where we believe enjoying the fun and taste of the tropics is the getaway you need in the middle of your day. Take a moment of me time with made-to-order smoothies, bowls, and wraps filled with tropical fruit, refreshing ingredients, and good vibes. Every sip and bite feels like a little trip to a tropic resort. Hello, it's called manifesting. Relax, you're on tropic time now.
Well, folks, welcome to My Wife Hates Me, episode something, coming to you straight out of Hillsborough, New Jersey, home of the putting in new condos everywhere.
Okay.
300
what
to
are
be
you doing?
I'm telling you, the home of, because I don't know what it's the home of. A lot of places have, the home of this, or the home of steel, or the home of, maple syrup, or the home of, you know what I'm saying? So what are we the home of? Are we the home of anything?
You're the homo of.
Oh, I knew that was coming. Saw that coming from 3/4 of a mile away.
All right. Well, let's get into it.
Let's
we got
into
a lot
what?
to talk about.
About what?
Well, our daughter is turning 17.
Oh boy.
And
Oh, here we go.
yes.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Start.
Why are you so defensive?
Because I know what you're going to do. We're two
What?
different people, and you're going to go, I'm wrong, you're right. But you can go your perspective and my perspective.
Well,
I'm buying a car.
why? This is why it's not fun to talk to you.
I'm saying I'm
but
ready.
you're not ready. You're like so defensive already.
Because
You
I
want to
was-
have a fight.
I don't wanna have a fight.
If you believe that strongly in your opinion, then
Well, go
have
ahead.
a good attitude about
I have
it.
a good. I'm very, very strong and positive on how I act when I'm buying a car. But go ahead, take the floor. Bonnie McFarlane buying a car for our daughter Raina, 17. in
Okay,
July.
so we go to a couple of different, trying to find a pre-owned car, whatever. It's trickier, and they're so much more expensive than you think. It's kind of wild. Anyway,
And we don't want somebody else's nightmare.
so we end up going to Kia, and we walk up. First of all, Rich has some kind of attitude the minute that he's there. For whatever reason, I don't know.
I don't have
and
a-
I've already given him a little speech about like, just listen to what they have to say. You don't have to be aggressive. Because sometimes he comes off like, I know everything about cars. Don't try to
About
fuck
sales,
me.
I know about sales because I sold cars. I know the business.
I know, but you knew the business 400 years ago.
No, I know the business of sales. It hasn't changed. Believe me. when it
Okay,
comes
but
to car
it's still
sales.
so weird to be like, let me first, this is what you do. You go, let me first tell you everything that I know.
No. I don't.
You
do
don't
that.
just listen and go in your own mind. Go, oh, okay, I know what he's doing here. In your own mind, you don't go, oh, okay, I got it. It's like no, you just start talking. So we're walking in, and this guy goes.
He looked 12 years old.
He did look young. He goes, "Can I help you guys?" And Rich goes,
Are you a salesman? Didn't I say, are you a salesman?
"Is that how you said it?"
No. Yeah, I go, are you a salesman?
You go, "Why? Are you a salesman?"
Yeah, that's what it,
The way that you looked him up and down,
You're
it was
right, he looked like-
very,
he looked-
I know, but it was a little mean, and the guy got
Well, then-
defensive, and he goes, "Yeah, I am."
Okay, so from the beginning,
So
he
from the
knew
beginning.
he knew I was not a pushover.
Oh my
Sales
God.
techniques,
But
go
you
ahead.
don't have to let them know you're not a pushover. All you have to be is not a pushover. Do you understand the difference?
Well, it saves
You don't have to
times.
let people know.
It saves time.
No,
if
it doesn't.
It does. Go ahead. Next on the agenda, we sat down. We said what we wanted, right? Because we knew the car, because I rented one of them. The Kia, what was it? Soul.
Soul. But you're so like there's no kindness or niceness going on with you. It's this is me against you.
Yup.
That's how you operate.
And did I say to the guy, look, as we're doing the deal, I said, listen, you have to make money. Your job is to make, and my job is to save. And he agreed.
Well, no, he's going to go, no, we don't want to make money and you don't want to save. What would not be agreeable
No,
about
I
that?
said, so we have to find an even medium.
Of course, that's yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's like saying like if you say to your waiter, now you're gonna give us food and we're gonna eat it. That's the transaction we're gonna have.
But the
here.
waiter would not. But the waiter wouldn't go and try to bring us extra food that we didn't know.
The waiter is trying to upsell you all the time too. By the way.
Not really. They just tell you what's the specials are.
They absolutely are trying to upsell you.
So, and then then he's coming back with these stock lines. I go, stop. Hey.
First of all, he was young.
He's been doing it. I asked how long this
he
sells.
said to Rich, he goes, he was saying something like, you want to say to me like, hey, Sebastian, but Rich didn't hear the first part. And Rich goes, what'd you just call me?
I go, who's Sebastian?
And the guy goes,
I go, who's Sebastian? I thought he was calling me Sebastian because he never said his name to us. He never told us.
Yeah, he did at the very beginning.
All I know is I go, don't use these stock car salesman lines.
But why don't you just take it?
No,
like, who cares?
I want him to know.
It's like when you go to a waiter, you've done this before, and it never works out.
It does.
It's never. No, it's just meanness.
It's not
to go
mean.
use your real voice.
It's usually waitresses, not waiters, because they do that high voice and they're talking to you like you're 6 years old.
But just who cares?
I do, because that's why I say it.
Oh my God! But do you see how it's not kind?
Well, you know what? If you see a comic go on stage and they're doing,
If they're doing a character, you go, don't do the character. I don't need
if they're
it.
doing something, you're going, oh, look, be real.
But do you say that to them? Huh? Do you sit in the front row? What if somebody sat in the front row and just be real? That's not real.
But I'm real.
You do
They
a
couldn't
joke
say
and they go,
that
that's not true.
They
Come on.
They couldn't say.
I only like
be
comedy
real.
that's true.
They couldn't say to me, be real, because I am real on stage. I'm me.
Okay, what are they like? Do a character. Come on, I like comedians.
And I would say I don't do characters.
Okay, do you not like? Do you see what we're doing here?
Yeah, what?
Like you tell a waitress use your real voice. Then
Not all the times. I've only done it once or twice.
Rich.
Because the voice is aggravating. I've only done it once or twice. I haven't done it more than that. Maybe twice. And
You've done it more than that because people have told me that they've been with you when they.
No one's ever told you. Name one person.
Maybe it was Andre. Somebody pretty recently said that you did it.
I don't know.
Was it with Andre? You're trying to be funny?
I don't know. But
and you've done it at least 2 times with me, so
I'll call Andre right now and ask him.
He's not gonna pick up. He's not gonna be up.
What do you mean he's not going to be up? Hold on. Let's see. Do I even have his number? And then we'll get back into the car sales thing because I'll give.
I think you have him under Andrea, as I recall.
How do you spell Andre? Is that it?
With an E, so you don't have it. So it's you have him under Andrea. That's actually Andrea, my sister.
Oh. Where?
Andrea Comic.
Where? Yeah. Is that?
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's it.
Truly. What a specimen. Of course this guy knows more than everyone else. He puts people in his phone as Andrea. Does he have a job?
I don't know. He's probably delivering.
Stop.
How is he not answering when someone like me is calling?
He's probably sleeping.
At 11 o'clock?
I mean, he's a young kid.
Please leave your message for 2039.
Okay.
All right, well.
So anyway, then Rich has this thing, this is what I think, where you must let people know that you know what's going on at all times. Yeah. Because I don't have that thing. Like,
well, so we're different because I don't let people.
I don't let people walk all over me. But
I don't let people
if I
pull
was in
the
a
wall.
meeting with like I've had many meetings where producers are giving me notes or something on writing, and They don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and they're just
And you
using
argue
words.
back and go, and you sometimes go back. No, this is how I'll do it, or this is how it
No,
should
no,
be
no, no,
done.
no. I absolutely. Do
I've
not.
heard you. I've been in
No.
meetings with you where you've said, "No, I
No,
don't think
listen.
that'll work."
I would It's a different. Just listen. It's a different situation because I would never say like you stop throwing out these industry terms. Just stop throwing out industry terms. No, I would never do that. I know what you're doing. Okay, you
I
don't
didn't
know what you're
say-
talking
I
about.
didn't
I've
say
been
that.
writing for a long time.
I
I know
didn't-
that. I know. Oh, good character development.
I
I
did-
get it.
I didn't say to the guy, "I know what you're doing." I go, "Look."
You said to him at one point, "I do sales."
No, I
which I
didn't.
just-
I said I've sold cars. I know.
I would keep that such a secret. No, I've sold cars.
What
to a
else have
car
you kept a
salesman.
secret?
I'm just saying, like, why? Like, you did it for a minute,
I sold cars for a minute.
fucking
You don't.
50 years ago.
You don't know how long I sold cars for. I sold cars. I sold cars in Colorado. I sold cars
For how
in
many
Tom's
years?
River.
How
I sold
many
a couple
years?
years.
Okay, so 2 years you sold.
I don't
cars.
know how long.
Were you
And then-
successful at selling cars?
Oh yeah, when I sold them, yeah.
Well,
I
when you
sold,
sell, when
I
you-
sold meat and seafood off a truck. I
Okay,
saw
stop
that.
with that. That's embarrassing. I
No,
would
that was
never-
a big.
Oh, I'm gonna sit there with a car salesman and be like, "Listen, I've sold meat and seafood off of the back of a truck before. Okay,
It was
so
a
I think I know a
company,
little bit about what I'm talking."
Triangle Meats back in the day.
My
You
God.
pull up. You pull up. The first week I worked there, I was the #1 salesman. I sold plants. We have a business selling plants.
Well, I
sales.
mean,
I know
then-
sales, huh?
I think you should open with that wherever you go. Wherever you go, you go, "Listen, I've sold plants, I've sold seafood,
Meat.
and I sold at least 3 cars in my life."
I
So,
sold more than 3 cars.
How many
Okay.
cars have you sold?
How am I going to remember back how many did I sell?
So anyway,
I
he
took a
has to
guy's.
tell him,
I
he's-
took a guy's watch as a deposit to make sure he was fucking not fucking with me. Yeah, you want it? You're going to come back. Leave your watch. Okay, that's the kind of stuff. I was good.
This guy was making you sign a thing, and you were getting irritated.
You never even filled out the form that he wanted you to fill out. That he was a good salesman.
Okay,
Your buddy.
I'll fill it out.
Yeah. See.
It's like a lot of work. Anyway,
It's a lot of work buying a car.
My
Okay.
point is, it's embarrassing to sit next to this guy
Okay, and here's
while he's got all his rings and his watches, and it's just like. So anyway, it goes back and forth. We end up getting a good deal.
I saved us $4,000.
But here's the thing: we don't know that you wouldn't have been able to do it without being so aggressive.
Well, also
and
the
weird.
bottom line is I sold.
You could have still just
4,000.
been like, "Oh, I'm not going to buy it for that."
I wrote. He kept going. And first of all, they go into their closer. I got send.
But it's
I
the
went, no, hold on.
process. Just let it happen. I don't understand
I
what goes
didn't let
on
that-
in you that
I
you're
kept-
like, "Oh, I must let
No.
them know that I know."
I
At
do
the very
know.
beginning, you're like, "Tell your closer. Let your closer know."
Yes, let the closer know that. And then I finally wrote, "This is what we'll pay, or we walk." That's it. And then he came back and said, "Okay." All right. So all that back and forth is just what happens. They go back to the closer, and the closer goes, "Hey, get him at this, take him at this." Fuck them. They sit, they talk about other shit, and you get them at this. Are they going to buy today? Yeah, they're going to buy today. All right, this is it. Then the final, and then go. We will go down to whatever probably, but get them at this. And I
course,
wrote, This
There's
is
a
what
game
we'll
to
pay.
it.
Yeah, that's a game. And I let them know I know the game because people don't know the game.
But you
and
could
he-
have just done. You could have done the exact.
I
whole
would have
same
still wrote-
thing. Yes, you
I-
could have
I
still
still
wrote
wrote
it.
20
You still could, but with a smile.
I
and
did.
a night,
The
and a
guy.
kindness.
I had
No,
the guys ended up liking us.
He did end up because he was like, "Oh, this guy."
This guy's he gives
Then
me.
this other guy comes by that knows you,
He's
and
yeah.
he-
That we bought our last car from.
and Rich immediately just starts going, "This guy and the closer, and they're trying to whatever."
Yeah.
In the guy's eyes, and
The guy just wanted to talk about kids, or how
he
life
certainly
is.
did't want to be involved in.
How
whatever
about the first
dramas.
place we went to? The one guy that I know said, "Listen," he whispered, "Come back to me."
Right.
Like I would, like the first place we went to, we were dealing with a salesman that was old, and then another guy I know who
Who
I
had a
pla-
toupee, which I didn't know, but you said.
Yeah, he was old and beaten down, but he was helping us. And then the other salesman who I know, who I played golf with or bought cars from, He said, listen, when you come back, give me a call. But I would never do that. I would never snake the first guy because the first guy put work into it and he deserves to make the commission. Even though we didn't go back and buy that car, we went somewhere else. But I would have never, snaked him and cut his throat. It's just like when club owners go, is that comic funny? Or I never say no. I go, I haven't seen that person in a while or take a look. Unless I know 100% they're great, I'll go, they're great. But it's very seldom that they'll ask because the people,
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, I'm not going to take work out of somebody's mouth or make somebody lose money. That's who I am. Like to smile.
all I'm saying is
Can I get
you could have a little, you don't
I'll
need to take that
decline.
call.
It's work, but
Who cares? He'll call back. You could have a little more pep in your, you could go into situations. Stop.
I'm going to text him. I'll call you back.
Oh my God. It's desperation.
It's not
times a
desperate.
million.
No, it's not desperate. I know what it is, I think. Go ahead. I'm listening.
You don't know what you're doing.
Well, it didn't come up. Recent.
Anyway, have fun. It's like you go into situations like they're not gonna fuck me, and you get so defensive.
I don't listen. We're two different people. I saved us $4,000.
Well, you could
The
have
kid
saved it
likes
though.
us.
Whatever you
You
say.
don't know if I could have. You don't know.
You don't know. We don't
Yeah,
know.
but we do
don't
know I did. We do know I did.
Right.
So
I think that could have happened.
you think it could have?
Yeah, because basically the thing that made it happen was that we just weren't willing to take a higher price. So we just had that price and that we weren't going to. So that's what made it happen. Not all the I've worked in sales or I know your tricks or all that stuff that you were saying. I don't think had anything to do with it. So anyway, we got a car
Yeah,
for
and
Raina and hopefully she likes it.
it's so cool. It's so cool. But where we left it, now we can't go to that person's house with Raina till her birthday.
Oh, we left it at Ellen's, and
You drove it. How did you like how it drove?
yeah, it was nice.
Yeah,
It's
I
got
rented.
lane assist. It's got all the things.
It's got Apple Pay. It's got everything. It's a brand
Got
new.
Apple Pay.
I mean, what's it called? Apple Play. Is it
CarPlay.
CarPlay. But that's through Apple, I think.
Oh, maybe.
But, it's so weird. My daughter is getting a new car. That's never, ever happened. I didn't probably buy a new car until I was
I've never had a new car.
in my 40s, maybe.
Was the Kia new that I had?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I had a new Kia.
So was every BMW you had was new. Every BMW we bought.
Oh,
They were new. I don't think the only used
Awful
car
lot.
the only used car I ever bought since I known you was that red BMW Z3. Even the Z4 was new. Our SUV BMW was new.
okay. Do you think this is interesting to people? To
I'm
go
just-
through listing which cars were new or not?
I'm just
Stop
saying.
yourself a little bit sometimes and go.
I'm
"Oh,
talking to you and letting you know.
No, it doesn't matter. I didn't even want to know. I didn't even want to know. I
Yeah,
didn't even
didn't you
care at all.
say? Did we ever have a new
Okay.
car?
Yeah, then you go, yeah, we've had new cars. Anyway, here's something else that's interesting. Let me list them. Let me list all the new and used cars, the mileage.
I don't go to the
Nobody-
mileage.
Okay,
I like
obviously
sometimes-
making a little joke.
Sometimes I like, giving a little list so people know.
No, you don't. Just now, stop defending the list. Just move on. What is it? What else would you like to talk about? The movie last night. Rich stopped watching a movie last night, which he never does. He sees.
I
it
do
through.
a lot of times,
He sees them
movies.
through.
No, we've bailed out on movies, but last
I
night
bail out all the time. You almost
I've
never
bailed
do.
out.
You always say it's going to get better.
No,
which,
it's not.
by the way, it did get a little better.
yeah, it was supposed to be a comedy. I watched over an hour, not even a smile.
Well, they
Come
it's
on,
so
don't
weird
stick
what they
up for it.
consider comedies. No, I'm just saying that anything that's like where people aren't getting like killed and raped, they call a comedy.
It's remember when comedy was it in the Oscars or some award, and they gave, it wasn't even clearly a comedy that they
It
gave
was like The Martian or something like that.
the movie with Matt Damon. Yeah.
What was that called?
I don't know, but
Something about him going to Mars.
yeah, wasn't even close to a comedy.
No, but I'm just saying that's what I'm telling you. It's like
That's how disrespected comedy is. What are you telling me? It got better?
well, a plot point happened, which was they should have done it so much earlier. I don't know why it dragged on and on. So the movie we were talking about is The Hitman, and I looked up reviews, great reviews. It got great reviews. Some people were like, "This is the funniest movie." I swear to God,
They would hate seeing any one of us alive if they thought that was the funniest movie.
I mean, they were like, "This was like, well written, sharp." The lead actor, Glenn Powell, co-wrote that movie.
Yeah, well, obviously he's more of an actor than a writer.
Richard Linklater is the
Art's son. You know who Art Linkletter was?
I'm not sure.
He was a TV host with kids, and he'd do
Oh.
a segment, Art Linkletter.
I
and
don't think so.
yeah,
This guy's a
fluid.
director. He did Dazed and Confused.
I bet he might be related. Look it up.
No.
Are you Art Linkletter's son?
I don't feel like it.
Well, I'm just saying it adds to the podcast. People will know.
Nah, they can look it up.
Okay.
I mean, nobody knows who Art Linklater is. First of all, what you should look up is where your closest tropical smoothie cafe is, because it is an amazing little spot if you want a little vacay every day, not just once a year. Get on Tropic Time with bright and refreshing smoothies, tropic bowls, wraps, and flatbreads from your tropical smoothie cafe. They also have these fan favorites. They're called mocktails. They're the summer mocktail smoothies, and they're more refreshing than ever. Try the fan favorite Island Punch, Mango Berry Cosmo, or Watermelon Mojito smoothies today. They're fantastic. Also, National Smoothie Day.
When is it?
June 21st is coming up. And to celebrate National Smoothie Day, Tropical Smoothie Cafe Tropical Rewards members will get a free smoothie on June 21st with a bowl or food purchase. Order in the app, online, or in cafe. You're on Tropic Time now.
I'm going today. I'm going to go there.
They have good food. They have
I want to get my
good wraps and
I want to
good
get a
bowls and
Caesar salad, chicken Caesar salad. I was supposed to go last week, and I want to take Raina there. Raina and I went out to eat. Was it Sunday night? Sunday night. Yeah, to a nice restaurant. Well, the place where you and I and why can't I think of her name?
Annie Letterman.
Annie Letterman.
Oh God, the place where there was the dance studio upstairs.
Yeah, but not on Sunday.
I told someone that story pretty recently, and they just were like, "What the heck?"
The
was he
food was
thinking?"
good though.
It's okay. It's not like the best food. It's not like you'd go there like, listen, this is a crazy place, but it's worth it. No, he took us somewhere where, first of all, the lights were the brightest lights you've ever. It was like being
Not
on the
back room.
fucking. It's like overhead lighting. Okay.
Well,
People
wait,
are just walking in and getting pizza by the slice. It's that kind of place.
No.
with a
There's
couple
two
of
different
tables.
rooms. There's two different
Yeah.
rooms.
And then
There's the dining room
there's
and
no
the other
music,
room.
nothing. It's just terrible atmosphere. I mean, it's just not good. And then we're trying to have a conversation. There's a dance studio upstairs. So it's just like clunkety clunk 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 clunkety clunkety clunk clunk clunk. Every time you start talking, it starts going. Rich has no, it's so wild that people would come visit us from out of town, and that's where he would take us. No alcohol. No.
Well, the
you know.
only regret I ever had,
And he kept saying, but the food's really good. And then the friends were like,
they
it's
liked
okay.
it. They liked it.
We've talked about it many times since, And Annie was like, it was okay. It's not good enough where you go, listen, a lot of problems with this place, but it's like where you go if you're local and you got to grab some lunch or food or whatever quickly and you eat and go. It's fine for that.
Well,
But
anyhow,
but this is the thing, like what it's just funny to me that these things go on in your head and then you're like
it was convenient, local. It was a Sunday. There wasn't a lot of places. I think it was a Sunday. So why was there no dance when Raina and when I went in on Sunday? Maybe we went later. The only regret I ever have about taking someone out to eat when Jenny and her friend were here, and it was her friend's birthday, and we were working the old stand, and between shows on her birthday, we went to that diner. Do you remember?
I don't. But it sounds like something you would do.
I didn't realize. Whatever.
You didn't realize what?
There were other good restaurants in that area, and we didn't have a lot of time in between shows to eat. And we went to a diner. I feel bad.
Oh, I kind of remember now.
Yeah,
Like we had chicken noodle soup or something.
I feel bad.
Why didn't they just eat at the stand?
The old stand didn't have food, did they?
Yeah.
The old stand?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good food.
I don't know. Well, anyhow, I
Wow,
went.
This is a real banger. This episode.
Well, no, we're discussing things. Monday night, I went to the premiere for Keith Robinson's special, which is killing on Netflix. It was so good. We were there when he taped it. It was great. In my opinion, he should win an Emmy. And we went to the premiere. There was a lot of people there.
I didn't go. I had other shows to do.
Yeah. And, I didn't watch the premiere. I hung out in the other room with Keith and other people. Keith wasn't going to go in and watch himself either. And I saw it. I want to wait to see it on Netflix. But we had a blast. Norton was there, Florentine, Chris Rock, Amy produced it. Great. Is it Craig Robinson or Greg? Greg Robinson. Craig Robinson came in, and I told Keith, "You're not even the most famous Robinson at your premiere." Funny joke.
I've heard it 22 times now.
No, you heard it twice. And
I heard it twice. I know. I also heard it when you told
who?
the Robinson guy, Craig Robinson.
Oh, so it
You
was.
told me, then you told Craig Robinson. I heard it. Then you said it again, so I've heard it 3 times.
Okay, not 22 though.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, a little exaggerate. Do you think people caught on after all these years on how much you exaggerate? Do you think
It's
they're onto
called
you?
comedy. Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to be exactly.
Where'd you get that shirt from?
Why don't you stop being? Oh, this is what I wanted to talk about. I was like, there was one other thing. So we've been having some problems with our pool, which, okay.
White people problems? Is that what
Well,
they
black
call
people do have pools, but
Yeah, but above ground.
stop. So we had to keep getting these guys to come back to look at our pool. We've since fixed it, so everybody can relax. But,
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
Okay, do you? Go ahead.
Yeah, about this stuff.
As he goes, we're waiting for them to come back. We don't know exactly when they're coming back. And then I see Rich licking each finger. I think, what is he doing?
I was in
we
case
see the
I had a
van-
finger,
we
though,
see the pool
guys.
van pulls up and he goes, oh, they're here. And then licking his fingers and then pulling off his rings and putting them in his pocket one by one. I
Rings
go,
and my
"What-
watch."
What are you doing? Oh, I guess he thinks that if these pool guys see all his jewelry, they'll come back and rob us. Is that what it is?
Yes, you don't want
So
people.
then if you're that kind of person that thinks, oh, if
I'm
people
careful.
see my rings, they'll want to rob me, don't wear rings. Like, doesn't that make sense? Like, don't go out into the world with your white trash rings and think, oh, somebody's going to want to rob me.
And then they'll think
It's absolutely bizarre behavior, and not only
Precautions.
that, but he locks the doors in the house all the time
when
even
I leave.
we're there.
Well, no, when I leave. And when I leave, or if Bonnie's asleep and I leave, I lock the big back door because somebody comes in when she's asleep and murders her. I'm going to get blamed. And I can't afford a lawyer to fight it, So I can imagine Bonnie like laying in bed. Someone comes in, stabs her twice, but she lives, and she'll go to the police. He stabbed me 24 times, right? Because she'll exaggerate, and they'll see only 2 holes in her. But you lock your doors. We don't live in, an area where you don't lock your doors. You lock your doors wherever you live. My friend's a cop in town. He goes, there's been
We're
a lot
in
of
and out of the
break-ins.
backyard constantly, in and out, in and out, in and out.
Nobody was home. I locked the doors.
Then unlock it when you come back.
You came back before me. Yeah. At night, last night, everybody went to bed. I went downstairs. Doors weren't locked. Is there something wrong with that? Is there something?
Listen, okay, the lock in the doors, I'm going to let it go, even though
are
it's
you?
so annoying to constantly.
Unlock it.
Let's say I don't have my key. I have to walk all the way around.
No, you
and
don't.
Open the garage. Yes.
No. What door is locked that you have to walk around?
The sliding door.
Well,
So, or sometimes I come through the garage, then that door's locked.
well, whatever. I like locking doors.
Okay, he likes locking doors.
My
Let
house
him
was
do it.
broken-
Let him do it.
My house was broken into.
But don't you think it's weird? Don't you think it's weird to have these rings on all the time? First of all, he's doing yard work. He's wearing rings all the time. These show the rings. Show the
No,
rings.
there's no reason
Show
to.
the rings. Show the rings. Okay, look at this. A massive amount. He's got like these bracelets that are insane. That's not even the major one, is it?
No, it is the major.
Oh, that is the major.
It's the
one.
only one.
In the sunlight, I mean, it's like blinding. And
So are your teeth.
thank you. And
You're welcome.
And
If it Invisalign.
but first of all, like I don't get it. I don't get what he thinks people are seeing with this. That's the other thing I told him.
I like jewelry.
When we were at the car lot. It's like you already got a tough look going. When you got a tough look going, then people go, "Oh boy, this guy's going to be a real asshole." Then you are a real asshole. If you've got a tough look going, then you go, "I'm going to be extra nice, put people at ease."
Do you really think I have a tough look?
Well, you're covered in tattoos. I'm not saying people are scared to fight you. I'm saying you look like you might be an asshole, and then you are an asshole. So you're.
So I don't
letting
want to.
them-
I don't want to disappoint.
No,
What?
it's such a bizarre thing that you just refuse to understand. Just
I'm
when
very.
you
I'm
look like
very
this,
soft with people.
when you.
Some people, I'm very soft and gentle.
I think you're softer and gentler than you used to be. I remember going to the airport with you where I'd just be like, whoa, this guy, unbelievable. Just fights with everyone constantly all the
I don't
time.
fight. I give my opinion. Why?
You were always getting, I would be like, just, can you please? I mean, because you would just, you know what it is?
I don't know.
Never allow something to work in your favor. Just, let me just see if this works.
I
in my
do that all
favor.
the time because
No, you
you're saying
No,
it.
you don't.
Then you're
You got
saying
it. You micromanage it to death.
no.
And then people get irritated. You never just let me just see if this person's gonna. Hi, how are you?
I do it many
My flight,
times.
Whatever. No, you start off immediately with this defensive, aggressive thing that I better get this fixed, and then it's like an energy that people don't want to deal with.
Oh, we're not talking energy.
But that's what you're doing.
But
What do
you
think
don't
you're
see.
doing?
That means every confrontation or every time I meet somebody, I'm aggressive, which I'm not. You see me aggressive a couple times, but that doesn't mean all.
You're aggressive when you think that something might not go your way. You get defensive way too early, in my opinion.
Well, anyhow.
You don't just see like you start going like they're not going to let us do this, or they're not going to, or this isn't going to work out, or da da da. You start getting like anxiety that's not. So then you feel like you got to like really like
No, sometimes I
get in there and fight for your rights when really you could just let it. If it doesn't go your way, then go ahead and fight. But see if it works out first.
I do a lot of times. A lot of times.
I think you're getting better at it.
Oh, good. So there's progress.
There is a little
Progress, not perfection. You ever hear that saying?
But even like when the pool guys come, you never listen.
I do listen, but you're the pool person.
They're talking. You'll cut them off to say like, "What about that?"
No, I don't cut them off.
You do, because I'll be like, "I got it. Thank you. Yes. Okay." They look at you like you don't see the way people look at you. They look at you like, What's up with this guy?"
I give them tips all the time.
Yeah.
How many people do you think tipped a pool guy?
First of all, they're only getting the tip after the fact, so they don't know that's coming. Okay.
Well,
so they're not like, "Oh, this guy's probably going to tip. This guy's acting weird.
No, and they drive away going, that guy
He's
is a good
got
guy.
rings all in his pockets."
How they don't know it's in my pockets? Are you telling them?
I go, "You should see the rings that he took off." By the way, my husband thinks you're going to rob us. So
You don't know these pool people. I like the new company. I do like the new
why
company.
would you wear rings and jewelry to that extent if you were a person that was a little paranoid?
I'm not paranoid. I'm precautious.
Well,
Is
even
that
if
it?
you were,
Is that the word? No.
I've never heard it before, but-
Cautious. Cautious.
I think it is a word, precautious. I
Precautious.
wouldn't use it, but
Why wouldn't you use it?
it sounds weird to me. Precautious.
All the dumb words you use?
Well, I'm allowed to use whatever words I want, you motherfucker.
There's one I don't like. How about when Raina last night came down and explained to us what's going on in school? It's so funny. She's so smart, and she's such a teenager. For a half an hour, she was explaining one of her teachers. And whenever a student doesn't do well, and she does very well, believe me, in one class she's not doing as well as she could, they always blame the teacher. They always do. And I bet it's 50-50. I bet it's half teacher and half her. But we are lucky to have a fucking smart kid that even comes down and talks about homework and schoolwork. How many kids do that? Not many. So we're lucky there, right?
Mm-hmm.
What? What?
You're
We're
so
lucky.
weird. You're just so weird.
How's that weird? Talking about my kid, that we're lucky.
I think we are lucky. Just you're just you're a strange man. What can I say?
Oh, there was a song. You're a strange man, Mister. You're a
Boss.
whatever. I think it was the Beatles. Well,
All right.
listen,
Is
we
there
got to.
anything you want to talk about?
Nah, got to wrap this baby up. We got to wrap this baby up. We covered a lot of ground today. I saved us $4,000 on the new car. We're getting our weeds taken out, doing weeds in a pool. Now Bonnie got me to worry about the pool. Like that was one worry I didn't want to have in life was the pool.
I fixed
I don't know.
it.
Yeah, but now I got to set up the other vacuum. I had to go pick up this. We got to pick up that. I go, at least I don't have to worry about the pool. And she couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep because she couldn't sleep about the pool. You know, I was having pool dreams, and I'm not even a pool guy. Last year, I didn't go in the pool once. Not once. I went into the sauna. Wait, it's not a sauna. We have a sauna in our deck. What's that? The jacuzzi? What is that? Is it a jacuzzi? No. What is it?
Someone save me from
What
the
is
cell
it? What is
I'm
it?
in.
Is that a? Oh, we have a sauna on our porch,
We don't have a porch.
on our deck. I mean,
We
in
don't
our
have a deck.
in our Florida room. That's a porch, a screened-in porch. We have a sauna. Well, what's the thing next to the pool?
I'm going to punch you in the face.
It's not a whirlpool. What is it called?
It
a
starts with
jacuzzi.
hot.
What?
Starts with hot.
Hot tub? It's a hot tub? We have a hot tub. We have a sauna. I sit in a sauna.
With his rings on.
It's nice. It's
With
nice.
with his jewelry on, he'll sit in the sauna. Unless somebody comes in, then he. Oh,
Is that what I do?
I was like, "What are you doing?" And then I go.
Anyhow.
I mean, can you? I just couldn't imagine being a person who loved wearing rings and jewelry until he thought somebody. I mean,
I don't know those
those
people.
two things do not go together to me. Is
I
it
don't
somebody
know
who
those
thinks that
people.
they're going to be robbed and also loves wearing
I don't know
jewelry?
those people. I don't know if one of them's
Okay,
a
but
drug
then
addict.
don't be a person who's always wearing rings.
I don't
and
always
jewelry.
wear it. I don't wear it in front of certain people. I won't wear it. Certain clubs I don't take it to. Certain places.
Is this just like you grew up trash? Is that what it is?
It's
What
not
is
trash.
it?
It's called
What? What's it called? What's it called?
awareness. Being aware of your surroundings. That's why I'm a good comic. 'Cause I'm
But you
aware.
wear your rings and jewelry like everywhere. You're going to Lowe's. You're going to like constantly.
I don't go to Lowe's anymore.
You built a shed. Well, I built a shed, but you never took a ring off for that whole thing.
The shed we used to have, it doesn't matter. We have a beautiful shed now. I want to turn it into
What, you got nostalgic for the old shed?
it blew away because the guy didn't put anything in it. Like we had stuff in it. It was, made out of.
Can we go? Can we be?
I want to
done?
take the shed now and build like a
Can we be done with it?
a room out there.
Okay, and then you can go live out there.
I mean, it's not.
Go live in the shed.
I'll build.
live in the shed.
I'll build us a nice room. Believe me. Put the bed up top. I've seen it. I see pictures.
For what reason?
To have a spare room, a guest house, a guest
With no
room.
bathroom?
That would be the only problem. That would be the only problem. All right. This weekend I'm in Ohio at the Funny Stop, Cuyahoga Falls. Next weekend I'm at the Port Comedy Club Friday and Saturday. Thursday, go on my website. I'm doing a one-nighter in Berlin, Maryland on Thursday. Friday and Saturday the following nights. I'm at the Port Comedy Club. Then I'm at the Mothership the week after. Anything you'd like to promote?
I'm going to be in Edmonton on July 4th.
Oh, at that festival.
So, yeah, the Grindstone Comedy Festival.
Do you know anybody else doing it?
No.
Oh. Are you the only American comic?
I'm Canadian, and they're all Canadian
Oh,
in Canada.
you're right. I forgot. Thank God they got 4 hostages out. And I'm very happy for that. Hopefully they get more out and get the rest out, and hopefully things work out for everybody.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Peace out.
La 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 la.
My Wife Hates Me podcast, hosted and created by Rich Voss and Bonnie McFarlane, produced by Nick Collette. Find us wherever you get your podcasts.
This jackass Jew. Some people say that opposites attract, but this seems more like a suicide pact. He's totally sober, she's not that drunk. He's really old and she's got some spunk. He's totally holy as an asinine bomb, and she's just a little less dumb. She really hates him, it's really true. But somewhere deep down, she loves him too.